Hello, everyone. Welcome to this final session of the day, and it promises to be a very interesting one. My name is Matt Hatton. I am one of the founding partners at Transform Insights. We're a research consulting firm focused on IoT, telco, AI, a whole bunch of disruptive technology areas. Some of the previous discussions over the course of the day have been fascinating. The last one was around the discussing some of the opportunities for growth. Lots on APIs, but also lots on some areas that we'll be discussing during this session. So things to do with 5G, to do with AI, to do with marketplaces. All of those terms came up as some opportunities for telcos. The focus of this session will be on delivering experiences. So defining and achieving a new realm of connectivity experience. And let's face it, those new technologies, that new evolutions in all those interesting areas is only really relevant if you are influencing the experience that the customer gets. I've got a couple of minutes now just to say a few things. My day job focuses on IoT, focuses on telco, and focuses on AI, really, pretty much in that order. And within the IoT realm, which is something that has been mentioned a few times during various sessions, there's a concept of IT-OT convergence that we talk about quite a lot, which is about taking a technology, a network, which is used for something quite specific. It's sometimes quite complex and involved and difficult to translate, and translating it, rendering it to be useful in a business context. And you might be able to tell where I'm going with this. That's one of the ways that I kind of think about about telecoms networks. It's another OT network, another operations technology network that maybe hasn't been perfectly rendered to be usable in a B2B environment or rendered to be useful for enterprises. Today we're going to be covering 3 sessions which relate to some of those areas around digitalization, digital transformation, however you might term it, which I think of as IT-OT convergence, but other people might have different terms for. AI, one critical.
Generative AI. In telecoms, what can it actually generate for you? Insights that detect issues ahead.
As soon as somebody mentions the word AI, it plays a little video about AI. Have we got Siri running in the background somewhere or some equivalent? Anyhow, I promise I'm almost done. So AI, 5G, and within 5G, the paradigm of the programmable network. But first off, before that, we're going to be talking about beyond connectivity, telco's strategic leap through digital platforms and marketplaces. It's a fireside chat which is chaired by Professor Mo Zoualfaghari, who is the principal tech lead for telecoms at AWS. Mo, can I introduce you? And you will introduce your speakers. So Mo, over to you.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, and thank you for coming here and listening to us. So we are here to discuss how telcos can strategically leap through the digital platforms and marketplace, and what a great example we have here. So first ever nationwide B2C and B2BX marketplace in Oman, built and operated by a telco, Omantel, powered by AWS. So today I have 2 distinguished panelists with me, Mohamed Abdullatif, General Manager of Customer Lifecycle Management in Omantel, and my friend, Andrew Thomson, SVP of Digital Enablement and at Beyond Now, and TM Forum Distinguished Fellow. Hi, and thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Great, thanks a lot. So Omantel has been a major player in the telecommunications center. I love Oman. And Oman has this great Oman 2040 vision. So the first question is for you, Mohamed. How does Omantel play a significant role in this vision of Oman 2040?
Absolutely. Omantel holds the distinction of being the first and the largest telecommunications company in the country that played a major role in the renaissance of our beloved country, Oman. Our vision extends beyond being a traditional telco company. Omantel is gradually evolving into a digital technology powerhouse. Through our strategic relationships and the collaboration that we have with technology leaders such as AWS, as well as setting the foundations internally for digital acceleration, we are turning into a digital technology powerhouse, not only to serve our internal aspirations, but also to serve the key tenets of Oman's 2040 vision, which is digitization, innovation, diversification, entrepreneurship, and sustainability.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Andrew, Beyond Now has been always one of the strategic partners of AWS and the forefront of digital enablement for the telcos. Can you share what's Beyond Now's vision on these digital platforms and marketplace capabilities for telco, please?
Absolutely. Thank you, Mo. So I think platforms are a great opportunity for telcos because telcos have come from the environment of connectivity, and platforms can enable them to move beyond connectivity with other partners. And so we think about platforms enabling organizations to come together. We have particular expertise from different companies, AWS and Omantel, for example, cloud and connectivity, but also other partners coming from different industries completely, looking to digitize, as Mohamed was saying, their approach to their customers and their employees. Therefore, one needs them to be digitized. So techniques, artificial intelligence, digital twins, IoT services are all part of a platform play that can support customers, but also enable the complete acceleration of revenue and reduction of costs because we're operating everything from the cloud.
Exactly. And to do so, Mohamed, Omantel is looking for leveraging the API platforms to drive the B2B innovation through the acceleration of these API platforms. How do you implement these APIs in your marketplace solution?
Absolutely. So Omantel views the B2B interaction and the use of API under the marketplace project as key factors for growth and innovation. Firstly, Omantel can utilize the B2B interactions to enable the businesses, partners, suppliers to expand their product ranges, reach new markets, as well as create value. Secondly, APIs play a major role in the streamlining of processes. So through APIs, such as the marketplace APIs, Omantel can definitely support the businesses to streamline B2B transactions, improve system integration, as well as automate processes. Also, through the APIs, we can enable businesses to customize tailor-made solutions to meet their business needs and preferences.
Exactly. And Andrew, we have been through this together for the last few years in the Catalyst, and there was always debate about APIs and the overall digital strategy and operational efficiency. Can you share your thoughts on this, please?
Well, I mean, clearly APIs are the way to join the processes, to join various systems. I think the uplifting and exposure of the AWS marketplace through a B2BX marketplace in Oman is a good example where you can bring in ISVs and actually enable them to become part of the solutions for the different verticals. Clearly, the APIs within the TM forum work, and we have a catalyst here which is focused on enabling the ODA APIs to be uplifted to be B2B2X capable, which is a very important piece of work which we're very excited to be part of as well, to ensure that we really streamline and ensure that there really are no manual touch points, because if we've got a manual interface, manual touch points, it's an exposure for cyber criminals. We really need to ensure that we automate everything end to end to reduce the cyber attack surface.
And that's what we have done in the last few catalysts together with yourself and many other telcos and partners together. Yeah. We have been through lots of technical challenges, Mohamed, but we did actually face lots of regulatory and licensing challenges during the launch of this nationwide marketplace. It's very fascinating because this is the first ever nationwide launch of a marketplace for B2C and B2B2X from a telco. can you share some lessons for other telcos that what are these challenges and then how to overcome those challenges?
Indeed, and what a journey it has been. You've been part of it from day one. So managing the transition from a telecommunications company in order to launch a digital technology platform, not only serving Oman, but serving the nation, has been a great learning experience for ourselves. Omantel navigated such challenges by taking some crucial steps from day one. So the first step that we took was that we ensured compliance to the regulatory issues from the start of the project while putting together the framework of our marketplace project. Second, the engagement with the regulatory bodies and opening up a dialogue with them, as well as demonstrating full alignment to the country's 2040 vision. At the end of the day, our digitalization initiatives such as Marketplace is just a continuation to the country's 2040 vision, and this accelerated and paved the path for getting the approvals. Finally, Omantel being the largest and the first telecom company in the country, we have formed partnership with the regulators. So it's not that we are only a customer. We have engaged with them in several exercises of reviewing the regulations, the laws. So in a way, we have formed a proactive way to sense what the regulation is going to look like. And this way, we are mitigating the risks for the current laws that are coming out, as well as what's going to be expected in the future.
What do you think, Andrew, from the partner side of view, how do you think actually these challenges affected the project, and then what were your solutions about that?
Well, I think the interesting scenario is that when one looks at the partners, such as AWS and its ISVs, they already operate in a certain way. If you buy Cisco from AWS, you probably will automatically find you have a reseller that'll become the contractor to deploy that service. So the interesting part about the partnership between the two organizations is to enable the abstraction of how things already work in existing marketplaces into a marketplace where there's going to be, as it were, use of the existing commercial relationships, but with additional commercial relationships on top to respect the reality of how things already work. So when one abstracts a marketplace, one's got to ensure that it can be allowed to operate the way it does, and then partner with the additional organizations inside Oman in conjunction with the way that Omantel used to operate to satisfy its regulatory requirements. So it's a very interesting mix which is underway.
Exactly. What a journey we had. So, and then Omantel is undergoing a significant transformation from being a traditional techco towards being a techco. And you did mean it. So how do you see this transformation unfolding for Omantel, especially in relation to the B2C and B2B2X marketplace objectives that you have, and how they merge?
Yeah. Surely, Omantel contemplates the transition from being a telecommunications services company to a technology company ecosystem by ensuring that the strategic projects are part of its transition or transformation journey, such as Marketplace, AI/ML. We recently started the route of generative AI. Now with this, we are also meeting or fulfilling the key elements of our corporate and digital strategy. So for the past few years, Omantel has been fostering the culture of transformation and digital acceleration. And one great example of this is through creating the first of its kind innovation lab in the country, as well as attracting talent to cover some of the capability gaps that we have in the company. Secondly, by collaborating with technology leaders such as Marketplace, Omantel is demonstrating and bringing innovation and practices to ensure that we are following the path of Oman's 2040 journey. More importantly, Omantel is materializing customer centricity in its operations. And we are definitely sure that the experience, whether it's B2B or B2B2X, will further enhance our customer experience by leveraging use cases such as customer 360, segmentation, personalization. Definitely, this will add value. And finally, through Marketplace, we're going to be launching new offers to the market. This way, we're going to be moving away from our traditional role of being a telecommunications company and start evolving and practicing of being a full-fledged digital technology powerhouse.
Oh, great. And then just to clarify, so when we're talking about the B2C marketplace here, we're going like consumer B2C as well included. And Andrew, this is something that not many telcos actually practiced before. So now we have a crossover between the implementation of the B2C consumer marketplace and the B2B2X marketplace. How these two actually cross over, and how, if there is a crossover, how these crossover can be leveraged to create a greater impact in the marketplace as one fold?
I think it's fascinating because Omantel, of course, in creating its B2C marketplace, isn't creating a B2C in the context as telcos might imagine it, because you rightly said, well, you actually need a proper category management platform, because there are going to be millions of products, from furniture, all sorts of other stuff, which are typical things you find on Amazon. So it's not what people expect it to be. The B2C here really is about any product you might buy on Amazon. And there's an interesting crossover because, of course, it's a very different type of data model sitting inside an FMCG platform, which is a category management, versus how one sees, as it were, platforms that enable full B2B2X, where one really needs to allow full lifecycle management for every single player in the B2B2X marketplace. But the customer, whether they're buying B2C or suddenly they're buying something which could become digitized, may discover that, unaware, that they're actually consuming from both platforms simultaneously, and therefore contracting a service which may end up being, as it were, billed by a seller in this platform or by a seller in the platform who's going to be consuming from the other platform. But at the end of the day, the sellers can be in either platform depending upon what they're trying to offer, because lifecycle management needs a different sort of service than if you're just buying something, as it were, from an Amazon. It's interesting, it's very similar. You had a slide earlier that showed AWS and Amazon, and also on the other side of that slide, it showed the B2C versus the B2B2X.
Great, and time doesn't allow us actually to go further, but last question for you, Mohamed. So what is Omantel's aspirations beyond Oman? So do you have plan to go and expand your operations outside of Oman?
As a leading telecommunications and digital service provider, Omantel always seeks the opportunity of expanding beyond its national borders. Our international expansion journey started off in 2010. Omantel acquired one of the major mobile telecommunications company in the Middle East and Africa, that is Zain. Omantel also last year launched a joint venture between Zain and Omantel under the name of Zain Omantel International to manage the wholesale business of both of the companies, serving 8 markets and covering around 55 million customers. Now, additionally, the strategic collaboration and alliances that we formed with AWS is taking us to the international markets through some of the cutting-edge technologies that we are offering at the moment, such as cloud, generative AI, and artificial intelligence and machine learning.
No, great. Thank you very much, Andrew. Thank you very much, Mohamed. It was absolutely delighting session with you, and I have been privileged to be with you in this journey with Omantel and with your great partnership, and with many other partners we have in this project. Thank you very much, and thank you, your lovely audience. So I'll open the floor for the question to the audience. Thank you.
One of the main bases of AWS Marketplace would be third parties and providing support for third parties to put a set of products into a market. What's the approach with Omantel for those third parties, curating a set of partner companies, or how would you approach that in terms of those partners?
Yeah, well, the marketplace initiative is considered as a greenfield for Oman. You know, the penetration of e-commerce in Oman and in the region is only 25%, with no strong competition available at the moment in the region. Oman is also forecasted to be the second fastest growing e-commerce country in Gulf. Now, this opens up a door to serve a lot of requirements, not only in Oman, but outside of Oman. The current requirements of e-commerce are being met by platforms which are not available in Oman. So a lot of the revenue cannot be recorded in the country. So this was one of the main objectives behind putting such a program together. Now, in terms of the managing of this program, of course, there are several options that the company has. Of course, with us joining hands with AWS, we can ensure that we're gonna be launching the most fitted operating model to serve our marketplace initiative. As I mentioned earlier, this is not a company initiative, is a nationwide initiative. There are a lot of enablers that we are enhancing also to support the marketplace initiative, such as our loyalty program. So, for instance, this loyalty program is only serving Omantel's customers at the moment. It could very much be uplifted to be the national loyalty program of the country. So that's just only one enabler. The other enabler is we're also modernizing our data warehouse and our data lake, to be ready for capturing such amount of data under marketplace. And this also, came at a time when we're putting together the entire framework of our digital acceleration in the company. And then recently, the generative AI and how generative AI will complement marketplace as we get closer to the launch dates, which are going to be very soon.
Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Session.